Well, last time we spoke to our colleague at the EO Youth Day, very much a Christian event, and now you're standing here and you're touring with Nickelback.
Right.
Tell me, what's the difference between such a Christian crowd and a Nickelback crowd?
Oh, there are, I guess, a lot of differences. We do a lot in both, worlds. So I'm very kind of used to the differences. But all in all, it's not. Well, in English we say stark. It's not a stark. It's not totally opposite,
But there is a difference.
Yes, certainly. Yeah, I guess the thing about it, like a Nickelback crowd, is that it's more of a rock audience. So people are kind of there to rock, and to get loud and scream at the music. And things like EO and some of the Christian youth events that we play, they're more events, not necessarily rock music fans. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, does it influence your performance?
No, I don't think so. No, I mean, I think you do have to know who you're singing to, and sometimes you have to maybe think of the way that you communicate, because maybe they may accept it in a little bit of a different way. But for the most part, we just, we play our music and we are who we are, and it kind of works, works in both ways.
That's cool. But you're a band with a very clear Christian message, also in your lyrics. Do you feel there's room for that, like a tour like this?
For rock and roll?
Yeah, for rock and roll.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, the reason is Skillet is not, I wouldn't say that we're, what we say, preachy. You know what preachy means?
Yeah.
All right, so, we're not like, you have to love Jesus or you're not good, It's not really like that. It's more what I call proclaiming. We're very open about our faith. I am extremely open about my faith in Jesus and my belief in God, and I do write songs about that. But they're songs that are written about everyday life and things that we can all relate to. Love and heartache and the violence that's happening in the world and economic depression. These are things that I write about, and I just write them through my Christian worldview. So I do think there's room for rock and roll, probably most importantly because rock music started because people wanted to sing about what they were most passionate about. That's what rock and roll is. It's I don't care what you think. This is my song, and so you look at Elvis and the Beatles and Johnny Cash, and it was very much rebellious.
And you do the same way actually with your Christian belief.
Yeah, that's why I think it works, is that it's a little bit of a, they might not like what I stand for, but it doesn't matter to me. It's just, it's my song, it's my moment, and this is who I am to the world. So I think that's why it works with Christianity and rock and roll can work together,
Right. So, do you run into prejudice that people may have when you you call yourself a Christian rock head?
Sure. Yeah, we run into it from both sides. We run into it from some people that say, you can't play, we don't like you if you're Christian, and you're a rock band, that's not good, that's cheesy, that's what we call it, cheesy in America. No good, because it's Christian. We run into a little bit of that, and we also run into a little bit of Christians who say, you shouldn't be playing rock music. That music is too loud, and you've got tattoos, or my nose pierced, so you can't do that and be a Christian.
What kind of tattoo do you have on your hand?
Well, I've got several tattoos here. I've got this one that says "Forgiven," and this one here, you get a close up if you want. It says "Fear God," and then I have my fingers here. It says "Fire, Fury." So, sometimes we meet Christian people and they don't like that, they think that's not what a Christian does. And so I think it's important to know who you are and to be comfortable, with myself, whether I'm playing for a church or in front of Nickelback, and treat people well. And I think the message of love and hope comes across in the music.
Yeah, well, you've played on a lot of different stages in churches and right here.
Sure.
Did you picture yourself 10 years ago playing with a band like Nickelback?
Well, I hope so. You know, I don't know if I thought we'd be with a band as big as Nickelback, but I always wanted to do that. You know, I never wanted to play to only Christian people. I wanted to write songs, you know, kind of like a U2, you know, Bono, and the way that they've written their songs, and it's helping the world, and they're very spiritual, but they're not only singing to Christian people or to spiritual people, you know. I don't want people to feel that they have to be Christian to listen to our music. So, yes, I knew that we would do tours like this, but I'm very excited to be on a tour as big as this. It's a real honor to be with a band as big as Nickelback.
So when you're standing here tonight, what is your goal with your music? Is it to share your passion, or has it got some Christian goal with it?
You know, it's hard for me to separate the two. You know, I love the music, and I love rock and roll. You know, I love Metallica and metal, and you know, that's what I love to listen to. So I'm very passionate about the music. I think that music is a very powerful weapon, with or without the lyrics. You know, music itself is powerful. So I love the music, and I hope to get people excited about Skillet and loud and hopefully whatever. But also, part of the reason I love that music is because of the emotion that I sing with, because of I believe what I'm singing. I believe in these words, and I know that they have helped heal people from things, you know.
Do you live that emotion every time? Because it is a job, right?
Yes, it is a job. I will say most of the time I feel that emotion, because really what's best about a rock show is that you feel the emotion because the crowd feels the emotion. So every once in a while, if the crowd is kind of like, then
it becomes a job.
Yeah, then it's a job, you know.
So how's the tour with Nickelback been so far?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, huge, you know, huge shows, and the band has treated us extremely well. You know, they treat us really nice, and like the food on the tours, like
yeah, what's it like?
It's just so good, you know, because I'm not used to touring this big, and they have really nice food, really, really good food.
Oh, so that's the best about the tour with Nickelback?
I'm not saying it's the best. The crowds are the best. You know, food is number 2, and the band's probably number 3. They treat us really well, you know. But I guess food has to come in probably before the band, probably.
Yeah.
You got to live. You got to eat, right?
And how are the Nickelback fans responding to your music?
Oh, I think it's going very well. You know, I think Nickelback has a lot of hard rock fans, but also a lot of kind of female fans. Skillet typically has a lot of female fans too. And of course we have 2 females in our band. And so I think Skillet has a little bit of a softer side that you know, females gravitate towards. So I think that their audience really gets us, and we have a very energetic live performance, and I think that people enjoy watching it. So we've already begun to get offers to come back and, you know, play some more shows and some festivals in Europe, and offers we've never had before from the tour. So yeah. I think it's going very well.
Well, this is such a big tour. How are you managing yourself? Because you're a long time away from home.
Yes.
So you brought family?
I got my family here. So my wife is in the band. A lot of people listening probably have no idea that. My wife, Corey, plays guitar and keyboards for Skillet. So we have to bring our kids when we're going. They've been touring with us since they were born. So now that we are coming all the way over here for such a long period of time, we brought our kids over here. So yeah, our kids are here for, you know, the first time in Europe, and we've been able to go around and see castles and, you know, cathedrals. It's been amazing.
Cool. Well, what plans lie ahead for the rest of after the tour, actually?
After the tour, well, let's see. We are going to Russia for 2 weeks.
Russia?
Yeah, Russia, to do our own tour. Nickelback ends in about 10 days for us. They go to South Africa. We go to Russia. And, you know, Skillet is beginning to do a lot more outside of America. And so we're going to be doing more, hopefully coming back to Europe next year. Knock on wood, what we say in America. It means hopefully.
And is that going to reflect in your new music you're going to make?
I don't know. Maybe I'll sing in Dutch or something.
Well, do you know any Dutch?
No, I was just trying to be funny. No, I do not. But we are doing a lot of touring, headline touring in America, and probably coming back overseas, and probably start writing for a new record next year.
Oh, great. So to sum it up, you're touring the biggest tour with your family, and it's going great.
That is a very good sum up. The biggest tour we've ever been on, the only tour in Europe we've ever been on. Now, we've been to a few shows in Europe, but we've never toured Europe. So this is our first time, and of course it's the biggest tour we've ever done. So it's going very well.
Well, that's great.
And good food. We're good.
Beam.